What's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so in the last video, we cleaned up our website just a little bit. We also made it responsive. Look, I hope everyone was able to follow along with what I was doing. I know I was bouncing around all over the place and it was a little bit disorganized in some parts, but I hope you guys were able to see what I was doing and were able to follow along. So now we're done with the front facing or the main landing page of the website. This is where most of the work was going to be in any case. We pretty much done with the main project or the main focus of the project. So now we're gonna start working on the blog with the blog section of the site. So we're basically gonna create pages for creating the blog's post, editing the blog post, viewing the blog post, and the index page for all the blog posts that are available on the site itself. So now, um, as I showed within the previous video, we were working mainly in the template, and then in the previous video, like I said, we cleaned it up. We created used a directive that comes with Blade directive called yield, which basically we can create a section within the template, and then wherever we extend this particular template, we can then use this particular section that we used to create the section to inject whatever code we want to inject. That's if you want to keep your templates consistent throughout the website. So now what we're going to do is the same thing where we're going to be extending this particular template and creating all the other pages that we need. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come here within the um, views folder, and then in here I'm going to create another folder called blog. So now in this blog folder, we're going to create a page. We're going to say create.blade.php. We're going to need a page for editing the blog post. So we're going to say edit.blade.php. And then we're going to need what else are we going to need? We're going to need the index page. So index.blade.php. Let's see. And then we're also going to need the show.blade.php. All right. So first, let's start with the index page. Let me just close all of these. Create. So like I said, they are going to extend this particular template here. So all we have to do at the top is say extend master, which our template is sitting in the master folder. So it's going to be master dot template. Sorry about that. Okay. And then what else? Okay. And then we're going to need to say yield. And then we're going to say, what is it? Main content, right? Just make sure, sorry, not yield. Apologies for that. It's not yield. It's section. Section. Make sure it's the blade directive, and then we say main dot content. Seems like I'm having trouble spelling it today. All right, and then that's practically all we need. All right, so the other thing in the template that I want us to look at is that's the page title. So because we already used the Blake directive here for page title, we can also say um, section, and then we can say page title. Guys, so I know that there's much cleaner and much better ways to handle such things, but for the sake of the tutorial, let's just keep it simple. So this one will be blogs, or let me just say blog. So this is what's gonna appear here at the top. So in the index page here for the main landing page, I didn't do that. So let's just copy this. Um, sorry, no, we are not in the template. We are in the index page. So this is the index page that I created outside of the blog page, right? So just remember that. So I'm gonna paste it here, and then this is gonna be home. All right. So if you check, you see now it's showing the IP of the port number. So if I refresh now, it should show home. Can you see that? So basically that's what's going to happen once we extend all of these pages. So before I continue with everything, I'm just going to copy everything in here, and then I'm going to come into the create page. I'm going to paste that there. Here we're going to say create create blog, create post, sorry. Okay, and then we can close off that one, and then we're going to come into the edit. We're going to paste it there. Here we're going to say edit post, right, and then show, paste there, and then we're going to say uh, post. All right, that should be fine. Okay, so we've got the main skeleton of our template set up for all our blog pages. So now that we have that, the other thing we need to do is create a controller. So I'm just going to open up that and then create another window. All right, so now to create the post, first let me type it out. So it's PHP artisan create, make controller, and then the name of the controller is going to be post controller. Now before I press enter, the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a flag, which is going to be dash dash resource. So by doing this, it's going to create a couple of methods within the controller itself, which is going to give us the ability to show the index page. Actually, let me just press enter now. So just make sure you type that out, dash dash resource, and then I'll explain everything else afterwards. Okay, so it's created the controller. So if you come in app, HTTP controllers, you should see it there. So now by giving it this flag dash dash resource, what it has done is that it's created a couple of methods within here. So here is where we're going to show the index page for all our blog posts, and then here's where we're going to create where it's going to call the create page for creating the post, and then here is where we're going to store the post. Here is where we're going to show the ID, show the post based on the ID. Here's where we're going to edit the post based on the ID, and then here is where we want to update the request. Or actually, it's going to show the post. The edit part is going to show the post that we wanna edit, and then here's where we will edit it, right? And here's where we want to delete the post. So um, so if you've done that the way I've done it, you should get this. So now the first thing we need to do is uh, let's just say main index page for blog post, right? Then now we're going to say return, and then we're going to say view, and then remember our index page is sitting within a folder called blog, and then after that we have to say index, and then that should return the index page. Now that we've done this, what we now need to do is go into, let me close that, our routes, and then go into the web.php. So now let me see, right. So now what we have to do is say route, and then get, let me see, I think what I should do is say prefix, right? And then in here we're just gonna say blog, and then here we're gonna say group, and then here we'll call an anonymous function, and so what this is gonna do is basically it's gonna append the name blog in front of every route that we create in here. So all we have to do now is say route, and then get, let's see, what can we name this? I'm gonna give it a name as well, right? I'm gonna say blog dot index, Sorry about that. So we're gonna say blog.index. Okay. So here, what we then have to do is, what should I name the index page? Let's just say posts for now, right? And then here we're gonna create an array, brackets for arrays, and then we're gonna call the post controller, right? And then we're gonna say class, and then we're gonna say look into the index method. So now remember, if you're gonna do it this way, just make sure that the post controller is imported at the top there. If you're gonna pull in the controller in this fashion. All right. So before we continue, um, right. Okay. So all right, we got posts, we got controller, we got an index. So now what we can do is let me see. Okay, let's come to this particular page. So this is the button we need to click to take us to the blog page. So what we need to do is wire that up. So remember we created a name for it, which is blog.index. So I'm gonna copy this here, then I'm gonna come to the master template, or actually sorry, we're gonna come to the partials folder where we created our partial our nav template. So now we're gonna come here, and then here we're gonna create some curly braces, and then we're gonna call the route uh, method, and then in here we will then paste our route name. If you don't do it this way, just remember, let me just copy this and cut it out. So remember, if you're gonna call it, the other way you can call it is this way. So you'll have to say uh, uh, blog blog and then posts. So remember, we have to put it blog because here within our route page, we are appending blog. We have a prefix of blog, and then the next part needs to be the route that you created within this group. So, but I think it's cleaner when we use the named routes. So I'm gonna do that instead of this. All right. So hopefully, if we've done everything. Oh, by the way, let me see. Uh, yeah, we all we have to do now for the home page is just add that trailing that slash over there, and then if I were to refresh here, everything seems fine. If I click here, it's going to take me to the home page, and then if I click here, it should take me to the blog post page. Can you see that? All right, so now as you can see, the route is taking us to the correct page. So what we then now need to do is uh, what do we need to do? Oh yeah. So in here, let's just style that particular blog page. So I'm gonna come into blog and then index. All right. So now guys, this is gonna be a point where I create some of the styles are gonna be inline when we create a div. So the first thing I need to do now is I'm gonna create a container. Okay. All right. Dot container. All right, so I'm going to create an inline style now because I want this container to be 150, about 150 pixels, or 150 pixels below the what you call it, the nav bar. Otherwise, it's just going to stick to the top, and then the what you call it, the navigation bar, or this whole main header here is going to be overflow or sitting on top of it. So what I need to do is say style, and let me say margin top, right? This is going to be about 150 pixels. Uh, and then let me just create a Bootstrap card here so that we can see. All right. Dot card body and page 5. I'm just gonna put some stuff in here so that we can see what's going on. So I'll come back to the page. We should see our Bootstrap card. There it is there. Okay. All right. So I think let's push it down a little bit down. So let's say about 160 pixels, and then refresh. And there you have it. So I hope you guys can see the whole thing there, because I know that um, it might look a bit white in terms of the background itself. So yeah, but in any case, we've got our posts page here. So now what we need to do is we need to create a specific style for how our index page is going to look for all of the blog posts that are going to be here. So now each and every place regarding our blog post is going to be the same. So what I need to do is at the top here, there's usually going to be a div, which I'm going to call page heading. Okay. Uh, the ID is going to be page heading. Okay. And then in here, we're going to say, let me see, let's just say latest posts, right? Let me put this in a h5 tag. This is going to have the main font styling. And then I'm also going to say display dash 5, and then put that in there. So if you come back here and refresh, there you have it. All right. So now that we have that, now we need to create a particular card that's going to display our blog posts. Okay. So what I need to do is I'm gonna have to change a couple of things here. So what we then now need is so this card is basically going to have to show the featured image and some of the content. This is going to show the title of the post and some of the text. So what we're going to do now is we're going to say within the card body, let me just remove, let me put this down here. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is I'm going to cut this out, right? Then here I'm going to place in a row. Okay. So now the first column, this one is going to be, then I want to say image, right? And so for that, we're going to say column MD and then 4. Okay. And then the second column is going to contain the card body. So this one is going to be column blog content. This one will span about 8 columns. So column MD and then 8. Okay, now I'm gonna paste back that card body in here. Let's indent it a bit. All right, so let me just fix the commenting here. Make sure everything is in order. Okay, so now in here, what we then need to do is wait, before you even do anything, let me just again put in some actually let me say p dot card text and then lorem 50 words. Put those on new lines. Let's just see how it looks. Okay, so the content will be on the left, and then the image is going to show on the right. I mean, on the right, and then the content is going to show on the. Sorry, the image is going to be on the left, and then the content on the right. Um, okay, so right after that, I think what we can do is we also need a button here. Let me just put it underneath it. So let me say button. Let's just say view more, and then we're going to give it a class or classes btn, btn lg, btn, and then warning. Right, let's see that. Okay, in fact, this is also supposed to have a title, so it's going to be h5 dot display 5 dot main font. So it's going to be blog. I'm just going to put the blog post title. Right, so come back here, check it again. There you have it. Okay, and then now let's deal with the image. So for the image, what we then need to do is come in here within the column. So we're going to say img. Okay, so for now, because we have some images that we can use, what we can do is say asset. We'll put in the image statically for now. We will modify that once we start working with the blog post. So it's asset and images. And then let me see. Let's go to blog img. That's another folder, which is this one here. And then let's see. Let's take blog image 4. So it's blog and then image 4 dot png. No, sorry, JPEG. So it's JPG. And then the alternative text will be blog image. Let's see, what else do we need? We also need to give it a class. So here we have to say img image fluid, and what else? And we can say rounded, and then start. Okay, I think that's everything we need, but let me just be sure. Let's see how it looks, if it shows anything. Okay, so there you have it. So this is how, let's say when new posts are showed, when people click on this link, they will see the latest blog posts showing here. So this is the style that we are going to go for. There's other things that we are going to add, like when the blog post was created and so forth. So we can do something like right above the text, you can say small, and then we can say text muted, and then what we can say is let's see, let's say uh, posted uh, uh, let's say 20 minutes minutes ago, right? Let's see how it looks. Let's see, you are supposed to be on a new line, so can we say br? Let's just put in some margin here, margin top, let's just say 4. Let me reduce that a bit. Yeah, so I think that's fine. So basically this is the cards that we're going to use when we are creating our blog posts. So this is where they're going to be, and then when people click here, it'll show them the full contents of the blog. And so this is the style that we're going to go for our index page. All right, guys. So I think we can end the video here. In the next video, we will focus on creating the what you call it, the form. We're going to design the form to create the blog posts themselves, and then I think after that we will design the page for showing the blog post itself, and then I think we will then work on editing, or the form, the what you call creating the page where we have to edit the blog post itself. That one shouldn't take long because it'll take the same design as the create page. So yeah, guys, I think let's end the video here, and then we will look into the other aspects of this whole thing in the next video. All right, guys, if you've liked what you've seen so far, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys within the next video. All right, cheers for now.